So this is my little secret. So gorge. It's so freaking pretty. I know it's crazy, but it works. Hello, I heard y'all wanted a makeup routine. It's here. These are my Ride or Die products in my Ride or Die routine that guarantees beautiful, flawless, long-lasting makeup each and every time. So let's get into it. First things first, I did my skincare. Now, the one skincare product that I am going to show you is this one right here. Nothing compares to this, okay? This is my favorite lotion ever. It's about this much. And if you're feeling like your skin is a little dry, mine's a little dry, it's winter, I use it as a moisturizer mask. Now, how do I do that? I literally do this. Your skin is going to drink it up. I call it skin drinking. That is how this can be a moisturizer face mask. Literally like blends in within a couple of minutes. While I'm waiting for that, I love to use a moisturizer on my lips. I use this one. Now, don't pay this much for it, y'all. The only reason why I say it's not worth the money is because claims to plump your lips, it doesn't plump my lips. It does hydrate them and it does make them really smooth. And those are the first products that get on my face before I get started with any makeup. I went ahead and got my beauty blender wet. Believe it or not, my beauty blenders are from Amazon. They're cheap, and they're the best. They are the best beauty blenders. So this is my little secret hack that I do so my makeup can last all day and it's just extra full coverage and extra smooth and mwah, okay? So I just grab a flat brush and you're literally going to do this, and once you've gotten the product on there, you are literally going to do this. I know it's crazy, but it works. You're not going to do this, you're just tapping. And basically, you want to do this until you don't really see a lot of shine on your skin. So as you can see, I have a lot of like redness on my skin, which I don't know why. I give up. I think it's just part of my face at this point. All right, see, already just throwing this on makes, like, you can literally walk out the house like this and you look fine. When she says coverage, she means coverage. So one thing about me is I love my drugstore makeup. So if I'm using a high-end, it's because I really do like it, because I am not gonna fall for the trap that all high-end makeup is the best makeup, because that's not true. But anyways, so once you have added your powder, you are going to add the foundation. And I use this one in the shade 118. And I do this. I know that's probably not it has a dropper, but I don't know. I just like doing it like this. I especially do it on my nose. My nose is like the first place where the makeup like starts to wear off for some reason. I love this foundation because it's lightweight, but it gives you coverage. Like, for it to be a skin tint, it's doing its job for real. And it looks so beautiful on the skin. When I'm about to use a beauty blender, I love to grab some of the product, whether it's concealer, foundation, bronzer, and I tap it in like this. And I call this like the beauty blender getting used to the product. So that way, when I start using it on my face, I don't have like random spots of no makeup because it picked it up. And always just tap. If you drag your beauty blender, you're gonna get streaks in your makeup and it's not gonna look smooth anymore. Sure to get your neck. This foundation does really well with layers. It does not look cakey at all. My favorite concealers that are not high-end are these two. They are so good. I reach for this one more than this one, but they're still really good. I'm getting drawn to the Maybelline for some reason, so I'm gonna go with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer right now. I really love this color. I like yellow undertones for my under eyes. I'm a warm girl. Even though I use a neutral powder, I am still a warm girl. I feel like sometimes with some makeup brands, I teeter between warm and neutral. I know with the Patrick makeup brand, it's hard because his warms are like orangey, and I'm like a yellow warm instead of a orangey warm. So that's why I go back and forth with neutral and warm. It just depends on the makeup brand. I love to use my little fan. I got it from the TikTok shop. And I just dry it for like about 30 seconds. I put some concealer on the back of my hand. In case you're curious, I use the shade Vanilla. Now I know why I was drawn to it. I love this concealer because it's literally so brightening and pretty. I go in with about 2 layers of concealer because that is going to give you the my face is glammed look. I don't do my chin or my forehead again because it can get cakeier. With my nose, I just do my bridge and then a little bit on the tip so it can like pop, you know? Time for bronzer. So I like my bronzer warm. People on my YouTube short was hating on me saying I look orange. I like the look of looking orange, okay? I love warm bronze on me. It just complements my skin tone, I feel like. This Anastasia one, but this one's a golden tan. It's pretty good too. So it just depends on your vibe. But just grab a bronzer. I grabbed my bronzer, so grab your bronzer. First of all, if you're gonna buy anything that I'm using, buy this brush. He literally made the best brush ever, and I don't even buy bougie brushes. So right here on the top of my ear, you see the top of my ear right here? You see this brush? That's where I like to put my bronzer. Also, if you just do this, I like to go a little bit high so it can really chisel my face out. Love to use it like this, so upside down, I guess, because it just really fits into my cheek, as you can see. And then I go in and I blend it. It just blends so smoothly. And I also like to bring it to this part of my lip, like that. Then I like to go in with the other side of the brush and I just gently tap it, and this just diffuses the colors together, make sure there's no harsh lines. I love a bronzed forehead, so I go in with my forehead. I love to go in with Excess bronzer, and I do it right here. This is going to chisel your face, okay? It's gonna just snatch your face a little bit more. And then with my nose, same thing with this brush. I literally just use whatever's left, and I go in like this. So this part is facing inwards, and I just go with the natural shape of my nose all the way to my eyebrow, like that. And that's how I get my nose contour. And then I go in at the bottom. One thing I love to do too is I grab that same brush, same thing. The shorter part goes in my eye socket like this. And especially right here, because this is going to kind of bring that look together. Do you see the difference? How it just lifts my face? Isn't that so gorge? So unpopular opinion, I hate these blushes. I plan on returning them because they just, I don't know, I hate them. And I bought them before and I returned it, but I wanted to give it a second chance. No. I think I'm gonna have to go in with Lucky Cool Toned, like that. It looks a little intimidating, but trust me, it's so freaking pretty. My tip on how to apply the perfect blush blush is I Like to Smile. You see these points right here in my face? You only need 2 dots, trust me. And make sure with these Rare Beauty ones, when you take it out, do this. So you don't get a huge pile of blush and then you have too much blush. I take a foundation brush like this. My favorite one is the Sephora collection. This one's so good too. It's in the foundation 56. And then you keep smiling. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. And as you see, I am filling up where my smile is. And I'm bringing it up into my temple as well. And don't worry about blending it in right here yet. I'm gonna show you my little trick. If it blends into your bronzer, that's okay. That's what we want. We want those colors to come together so it's not harsh. Okay. Looking good. So now I take this part of my Makeup by Mario brush again, and I'm just going in and tapping, and this is just going to make sure that there's no harsh ends. I also grab the bronzer side of the brush with no extra bronzer, just whatever's on it, and I go back in and just tap it really quickly. This is just going to make sure that those colors are blended. Blush, then poof, bronzer. We don't want harsh lines. We want everything to be nice and blended. Oh my gosh, it's coming together! What a break. First things first, creases happen while you're finishing up your makeup. So just grab your beauty blender again and quickly just go over your under eye. Now it's time for powders. First things first, set your under eye as soon as possible. I like to go in with a setting powder. This one is so beautiful. It is a Makeup by Mario setting powder. These are my favorite little sponges. It makes a difference on which ones. I love these because they're like really pointy right here and not too soft, so you can really get in there. Just makes your bake look so smooth and clean. I got these on the TikTok shop for like really cheap, so I'll link them below. But all I do is I tap in there. I grab about this much. I grab the back of my hand on a place where there's no other product, and I just tap it once. And we're not baking yet, so you want to just set. You want to set it so it doesn't crease anymore. Look at that coverage. It just brightens my under eyes so beautifully. It's insane. Then I go in really quickly with whatever's left on my hand and on my little sponge, and I set the forehead. I set basically the T-zone. Now, my other tip, my other trick is I take this powder again and I take this brush again and I literally do my whole face. On top of my contour, on top of my bronzer, on top of my blush. This is going to give you such a beautiful, flawless base, because when you have wet products under your makeup, sometimes it causes your makeup to last less and your products to apply a little blotchy. Putting powder before you add more powders, like a setting powder like this, not only is it going to give you a flawless full coverage base, but it's just going to make your makeup last so much longer. My all-time favorite bronzer has been this MAC one, Give Me Sun. It's a very popular powder, as you can see. I love to use it. It's just so warm and beautiful and smooth. I love to use a big old fluffy brush, and let me show you the perfect brush for your bronzer. Is this IT Cosmetics airbrush tapered bronzer brush. It's from the collection at Ulta. I bought these are always on sale during the Ulta sale, so whenever there's an Ulta sale, look for these brushes and buy this one. I bought this one, and I'm not really a huge fan of this one. Buy the bronzer brush. Oh my gosh, I keep dropping stuff tonight. I literally go in like this. See that? Tap, tap, and then I literally tap my bronzer. It just fits my cheek so well. Do you? And it fits my forehead so well. Now, for the nose, I'm not tapping. I just kind of squeeze it with my fingers like this, and I go in, and I do that. Same thing to this side. So for this part, I don't tap because I literally can't. So I drag right here, but it works. It works for the nose. Place it on my chin and right here. Now I go in with my blush. My ultimate favorite blush ever is this Dior blush. This is my all-time. Don't do that. Do not embarrass me like that. Oh my gosh, this has never happened before. I love to use a brush like this for blush. I use a lot. And I also tap this in. You want to smile just how we did when we were applying the cream version, because it's going to help you find that placement again, like where your cheek is, so when you smile, it just looks really pretty. So bring it into the temple. Get to know your undertone, get to know your skin tone, know what colors work for you and what colors don't work for you, and your makeup is gonna come out flawless. So once I have this applied, it is time for baking, and I'm going in with this one again, the Makeup by Mario one. Now for this one, I don't really tap it on my hand, I just do this and I go in. So with my nose, I like to use right here where my eye duct, water duct, whatever it's called is, and I drag it, not drag it, but I tap it like that. As you see, I'm tapping it and I go under my eyes. I do the same with the other one. So I go in like that, tap, 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 tap. See that? And then tap, tap, tap. And I bring it out and I kind of go back and forth until I feel like they're even in how I like it. Then I go in a little bit more and I do that. It's going to really lift my eye nicely. And then with whatever is left on my little sponge thing, I just tap it right here. And then with whatever's left, because obviously I have a lot of powder on my little powder puff, I tap it in and I get rid of any shine, any of it. So on my forehead, too shiny. It makes your makeup last longer, and then honestly, throughout the day, your skin's gonna get oily naturally, so the more matte it is when you leave the house, the more controlled the shine is gonna look. So it doesn't look like you're sweating, but it just looks like you have a little life to your skin. So you want to take your sideburns or your ear like this, and you want to use that as your guide to the corner of your lip. Okay, so let me do that again. Corner of your lip. You see that? That's how I map my bake. But once again, get to know your face shape and what works for you and what doesn't. Bring it down. Bring it down, baby. Bring it down. So while we let the bake sit, we're going to do our eyes and our eyebrows. On there, so I just grab a spoolie brush and I brush all of that off. I sometimes like to use eyebrow pencils. The best one is the Sephora brand one. But oh, I wasn't even explaining what I'm doing. So with my brows, I just do like streaks like this that goes the natural way of my brow. I feel like that just makes it look really natural. I like my eyebrows to be curved on the top, so I curve the top. I go pretty heavy with the top, and then I kind of just feather out over here. Now on the front, I only do a line right here at the bottom of my brow, and then I grab my spoolie brush and I just blend that up, and it gives it much more of a natural look, and it also prevents like the really boxy 2016 look. And then I dip my little brush into it, and I just kind of clean up my brow. I like to do this because it also gives it like the illusion that you just got like really fresh brows, like you just want to go get your eyebrows threaded even if you didn't. It's just a really nice little finesse to your makeup. All right, so brows are done. So as you see, I have creases from the concealer. I just go in my beauty blender and blend those creases out. With my eyeshadow, I keep it really simple unless I know for a fact that I want like a certain look, but this is just my general like look. I just normally do bronze. Literally get the same bronzer that you use on your face for your eyeshadow. This is going to tie the makeup together. So try it out, and let me know if you like it. Now I just go in with my little face powder, and I just set the eye, especially right here under the eyebrow. I love these P. Louise brushes. They're literally so awesome. Now I go in with a fluffier brush like this, and I go in with my bronzer. I get some of that product in. Now, learn your eye shape. Learn your eye shape, because my eye shape may be different, but this is what I do. I go in right here on my crease, as you see, and I go crazy with this color in a way. I bring it out like this, and then I also love to bring it to my nose, where my nose contour is, because this is going to bring it together as well. It just opens up your eyes really nicely. I just think it's a really nice little touch to your makeup. And I just keep going in until I'm satisfied with the color. I like to also blend it into the blush. I just like a really blended look going on. Now, sometimes like today I'm feeling a little bit more, so I just go in with a slightly darker brown bronzer eyeshadow palette, and I sometimes just go in with this one. So this is very similar to the shade that I have right now, so I'm gonna go in with this one right here. It's just a slightly darker, and it's still giving me like that bronzy look. And I'm just going to focus that on the outer corner of my eye like this, and it's just going to define my eye just a little tiny bit more, just a little bit more. As you can see, it's much more defined. Now, to really just brighten up your eyes, grabbing a lighter face powder, color like this. It can be in your eyeshadow palette or whatever. I just use this Maybelline Fit Me. Just any powder that's a little tiny bit lighter than your skin tone. With a fluffy brush like this, and literally all I'm doing is doing this. I don't know how to explain it. I'm doing like a soft cut crease, if that makes sense. I start from the corner of my eye, and I just go in like that. The reason why I say you want it a little lighter than your skin tone is because you want it to pop like that. And then I like to go back in with that brush again, and I just make sure that it's not harsh, and it looks blended. Now I grab that same brush that I used the light color with, and I go under my brow. A little bit touches like that make such a big difference in your makeup. Now with a little brush like this, I love this brush by P. Louise in 738 by P. Louise. and I just gently go in and I take off the bake, and then I just kind of go in the rest of my face. So now I'm gonna do lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and prep them. I grab some lash glue. I always cut off the very ends so you can see it. Okay, so do you see that right there? That will literally irritate your eye all night, all day. Cut it off. Measure the eyelash. Normally, standard lash fits my eye. If I feel like it's a little too big, then I cut a little bit of it off. If an eyelash is too big for you, always cut the ends first instead of cutting the front, because the front has like a really nice little baby wispy, so it doesn't look weird. So you would rather just take off some of this end. Some glue. I like to focus a lot of glue on the corners because that's what's most likely going to pop off. And then I let the eyelash sit while I do my mascara. I go with black mascara. This is such a good mascara. It's a Maybelline Firework one. So good. Like, girl. Sometimes I just literally leave my makeup like this and it looks really cute. This mascara is just so good. I love that it doesn't clump my lashes. It just gives it like a really like light feathery look to my lashes. While it's still wet, I go in again with my eyelash curler and I do it again. I feel like this is like the hairspray. This step is like the hairspray to my lashes. While I wait for my lashes to dry, I'm just gonna go over with bronzer and blush again, just to make sure that I have the finesse. Like, now I'm going in with my eyelashes. What is going on upstairs? Sometimes they just do the craziest things. And I always do the beginning first. So I like my lash line to be right, or this part of my lash to be right there. Cutting wood? Like, what's going on outside? So I like my eyelashes to have a little bit more length right here, because I just feel like it really complements my face shape really nice. So, okay, we almost done, y'all! The lip balm. My lips are really nice and moisturized. Maybe I do like it. Maybe I will buy it again. So I got these from the TikTok shop. It's this brand, Italia Deluxe, in the shade Chocolate. It's really pretty, so I like to use that one. It's just such a pretty color. I follow my natural shape on top and on the sides right here, and then I do a slight overline on the bottom. I love this one, I love this one, but I think I'm feeling Fortune Cookies is like the infamous, famous one that everybody loves. And everybody loves it for a reason, because it's really good. Sometimes I don't put on lipstick. After I've applied a good amount of lip gloss, I like to go back in with my lip liner. Just a little bit to make sure it's blended. Make sure the contrast of my lips are still there. So yeah. Okay, yay! We done, girl. It's time for setting sprays. My favorite one, worth the hype, worth the money, love her. It brings a little bit of shine to your face. So, and also I like my makeup to last forever, so I use this one. So worth the hype. I got the big old jumbo size because I love it so much. People hate the smell. I fucking love it. Girl, I'm done. I'm feeling myself right now. It looks so good. Yeah, this is my makeup routine, y'all. It literally looks so good. I'm so happy with it. Like, and it's going to last all night. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my makeup routine as much as I loved filming it. I know this is a really long video, but I wanted to make sure that I included all the details of my makeup routine. Thank you for watching today's video. I will see you in my next video. Bye. I get anything I want. This is my